What a place to be in. What a privilege to still have places like this in the world. I think he's eating a marula. Just see that he's chewing differently. There he drops out. A little bit of the skin. If you watch carefully, you might even see the pip when he drops it out. Now for those of you that join us often, I'm sure you would have seen impala chew before. And it's chewing very differently. Let's watch again. And like a lot of other animals at the moment, they're just picking up marula fruits and chewing the pulp for the flesh inside. There you go, it dropped out. Because he's licking his lips. That tastes good. One more, just one more. Watch again, you'll see the pip drop out just now. No, this one is dropping as he picked up. Slippery little suckers, like olives from a martini glass.
Tastes a lot better than grass.
Yeah, it must taste good.
Like marula tastes to us, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's what James is saying exactly. Even to us that eat all kinds of things, it's tasty. I can imagine if you just eat some kind of fiber brand every single day for 11 months of the year, suddenly get to taste this amazing fruit. And just be like, eesh, we must be able to grow these, eat them all year round.
Definitely enjoying that.
Yeah, it's a treat out here, all animals. Very good looking ram as well. Nice big horns on him. We might spend another bit of time with him just now. Actually, James, look at those waterbuck again. They're just grouping together nicely. Sorry, it's sort of, wherever we look, it's beautiful. Waterbuck are just grouping together. The Egyptian geese are standing in a pretty place as well. What I want to do in a few minutes, or a few moments actually, just go around to the side here and see those elephants aren't coming out yet.
Oh, look there.
Oh. Playing around a little bit. It's a young female actually, so it's more just messing around than anything else. It's that time of the afternoon. Yeah, they're posing so nicely. Having a little drink. Something that I enjoy when I watch animals clean themselves. Just how meticulous they are about it. Remember yesterday, James, when we looked at that kingfisher when he was having a bath while that rhino was walking away. But all animals, baboons, when we watch them grooming each other, when we watch impala grooming themselves. Think of dwarf mongoose, lions when they clean themselves. I mean, lions can be in the middle of summer during a rainstorm or after rain, feeding a carcass and get covered in blood and mud, and the next day they're perfectly squeaky clean again. Now to think that only a couple hundred years ago, not even, there were parts of the world where humans would go for 20, 30, 40 years without ever taking a bath, and yet you get all these wild animals keeping themselves clean and looking after themselves hygienically. So it's, you have to sometimes wonder, maybe these things have been around for much longer than we have, and they're just happy with living the way they do. We tend to think of ourselves as smarter and more evolved. Maybe we're just chasing after wind more. Every Egyptian goose I've ever seen looks pretty happy. Impalas running in the morning after rain, they look pretty happy. Or eating marula for that matter. The reason we're also driving around here a little bit, it's not often that we do it, but there's no guests in the camp tonight. They've got a quiet evening, so we're not disturbing anyone. So just just show you a little bit of a different part of the waterhole that we don't get to see typically. Ah, one elephant. Where there's two, there must be three or four. Should be at least four of them again. Oi. Big holes. Reasonable little gap through the trees. Spend a couple of minutes here just to see what their direction or their intentions are. Might well be the case that they decide to stay in this thick area. There's a lot of nice feeding here, nice thick grass and leaves. And if they're going to stick around feeding, we won't stay too long. If they're going to head down towards the water, we might stick around and see. Maybe they go for a bit of a swim and a play. A little bit to the left. Lovely light on him. We're going to take a little bit of time. It looks like they might make their way out.
Peter, come in.
Go, Jan.
Yes, Peter, I've got three pretty nice elephant questions. The first one is from Brenda, and she's asking, with regard to Somali, having only one tusk, how much of an impact does it have on an elephant to lose a tusk? Is it a serious impairment or only an inconvenience?
Brenda, good question, and also nice to have questions about these specific elephant. I'm sure you're all enjoying and starting to love Somali as well. Brenda, basically having one tusk is not much of a problem, especially for a female. She doesn't really need to fight that often. Occasionally she'll need to defend the herd, but she's big enough to chase even lions off just with being a big elephant. The tusks are very handy in terms of breaking off little branches and stripping bark from trees and so on. They're coming out, fantastic. And a little to the side there. So they are very handy. But whether she's got one or whether she's got two, it's sort of the same thing for her. So there's not much of a negative side to it for her. For a bull, maybe more so, because bulls also fight with each other. They need those tusks for being able to compete with other males for mating opportunities. So it's more of a problem for males. But as you might know from other areas in Africa, Central Africa and also parts of